everybody, and welcome back to the 8-Bit. I'm Angela Nguyen, and we have a content-packed episode for you in this season finale, including reviews of big games like Fallout and Battlefront, as well as top gaming news. As part of this episode, we also have for you our very own 8-Bit Game Awards, and throughout the show, you'll have the chance to meet some crew as they present our awards. To start things off, we have news from the latest Nintendo Direct. If you know anything about the 8-Bit, you know we're big Smash Bros. Fans. In their last Direct, Nintendo announced that Cloud Strife, the main protagonist of Final Fantasy VII, will be joining the Super Smash Bros. Cast as the game's latest non-Nintendo character. This comes as a surprise for most, as Final Fantasy VII was the first game in the series not released on a Nintendo console. Along with Cloud will come the release of a new Midgar stage to play. There is currently no release date for Cloud, but Nintendo does have a special Smash Bros. Specific Direct later in December. What do you think Nintendo will announce? More new characters? Sound off in the comments below. Nintendo also revealed an announcement trailer for The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, a Wii U exclusive that will release on March 4th, 2016. The trailer shows off classic scenes from the nearly 10-year-old game with updated visuals. Nintendo also revealed a new Wolf Link amiibo that will be bundled with the game and its original soundtrack. Zelda Twilight Princess was originally released on Wii and GameCube in 2006. What do you guys think of this announcement? Is it too soon for a Twilight Princess remaster, or is this just what the Wii U needs to revitalize the console? Let us know in the comments. Fallout 4, one of the most anticipated games of the year, maybe ever, released on November 10th. The game contains endless hours of explorable environments and tons of new features. Find out more in our review.
War never changes. But if you've played a Fallout game before, it's safe to say war has changed just a little. Fallout 4 from Bethesda Softworks makes major improvements to its predecessors and reignites the franchise, setting the world on fire once again. The story begins on the brink of nuclear war, with Vault-Tec knocking on your door inviting you to sign up for the local vault. Not 10 minutes after the salesman leaves, a news report comes on giving word that nuclear bombs have been detonated and the war had begun. You rush with your family to the vault, arriving safely by a matter of seconds. You are welcomed into the vault and put into chambers for decontamination. The plot thickens as the vault is a sham and all the chambers are cryo chambers, meant to freeze vault dwellers permanently. However, your sleep is interrupted, and you wake to see your son kidnapped and your spouse murdered, just to be frozen once more. When you awake 200 years later, you have one objective in mind: getting your son back. You escape the vault and the search begins. Of course, how you go about that search is all up to you. The enormous world of the Commonwealth is filled with dangerous enemies, interesting allies, and a mysterious presence, the Institute. The game makes huge improvements from the previous Fallout games in terms of combat, with much more fluid first and third person shooting, and an updated VAT system that features a critical hit meter, saving a critical for critical moments. Another updated game feature is the new perk system, which features tons of new perks as well as old favorites. In this system, each perk requires a certain level of a specific special attribute, and can be leveled up multiple times for additional features. The place where Fallout 4 truly flexed its muscle was the crafting system. Weapons can be customized over and over again in numerous ways. Scopes, larger magazines, even changing from semi to fully automatic. Power armor, which comes in various forms, can be upgraded as well. As if that wasn't enough, for each settlement you establish, you can craft buildings, beds, defenses, even plant crops. It's addicting and keeps players going out searching for junk for hours on end. Unfortunately, in bringing gamers a feel very familiar to their previous installments, Bethesda brought back some issues from previous games. For instance, the glitchiness, enemies sticking through walls, or random teleportation, or old friends players didn't need to see again. And speaking of friends, old companion mechanics became frustrating when trying to sneak or simply move. All in all, the minor issues with old mechanics aren't enough to hinder players from an amazing experience. Fallout 4 is detailed and inventive, and it makes it impossible to put the controller down. The 8-bit gives Fallout 4 a 9 out of 10.
Hey guys, Alex here in foreign territory to kick off our awards show with the first of our 5 awards. Although there's no feeling like completing a single-player campaign on your own, the camaraderie of multiplayer gaming has always been a staple in the industry, and 2015 was no exception. Here are our nominees for the best multiplayer game. While the Halo series has always been known for its multiplayer, Halo 5 Guardians really takes it up a notch. Halo 5 combines the familiarity that fans have come to know with the new game mechanics and modes, such as Warzone, to create an experience that is unparalleled in first-person shooters. While Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time is fun in single-player, its multiplayer is a whole new kind of beast. Lovers will have you screaming at your partner and cursing the world because of its difficulty. But the satisfaction players get from the cooperative navigation will leave you wanting more. Mortal Kombat has always been a multiplayer favorite, and X is no different. The multiple playstyles of every character combined with the ridiculous game modes makes MKX an unforgettable experience that will keep any gamer entertained. While the Zelda franchise has not been known for its multiplayer components, Triforce Heroes makes it feel natural. Working with friends to complete complex puzzles and beat tough bosses is satisfying, challenging, and a blast. Triforce Heroes multiplayer is a refreshing twist on the Zelda franchise. Although all of these multiplayer experiences were a treat to play, there can be only one winner. The 8-Bit's Best Multiplayer Award goes to Halo 5. Halo 5 succeeded in bringing back the stellar multiplayer from the Halos of old while adding just enough new mechanics to keep diehard fans from getting fatigued. Its crisp 60 FPS graphics, tight controls, and myriad unlockables will keep Xbox One gamers satisfied for many years to come.
This past Thursday at the Game Awards hosted by Jeff Keighley, Telltale Games revealed they will be taking their unique storytelling experience to Gotham City in a brief trailer. Co-founder and CEO of Telltale Games Kevin Brunner said, "We're excited to announce that we'll soon be exploring what it means to be Batman in an all-new series starting next year." Not much information was shown in the teaser, but you can bet we'll finally get into that bat-obsessed head of Bruce Wayne's. Telltale didn't give an official release date, except that it will be hitting shelves sometime in 2016. On December 3rd, 2015, the Sony PlayStation celebrated its 20th anniversary with a bang. Well, several bangs to be specific. Sony has celebrated the anniversary by re-releasing 8 fan-favorite video games from the glory days of the original PlayStation and its successor, the PlayStation 2. These titles are remastered with all the next-gen console nuts and bolts, including 1080p visuals, remote play, live broadcasting, and second screen support from the PlayStation Vita. A full list of games can be seen on the PlayStation Marketplace, but we here at the 8-Bit are beyond excited for GTA San Andreas. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon from developer Spike Chunsoft is not your average Pokemon game. Unlike traditional Pokemon games, this dungeon crawler puts players in the shoes of the Pokemon, showing what a world without trainers would look like. See more in our review.
Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon is the latest entry in the popular Pokemon Mystery Dungeon spin-off series. Although the franchise has had some critical woes in recent years, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon revitalizes the series by bringing back memorable features while adding fresh mechanics that make dungeon crawling better than ever. The game begins by giving you a personality quiz to determine which of the 20 available starter Pokemon best suits you. The excitement of discovering your inner Pokemon immediately creates a bond between you and the protagonist, but if you aren't satisfied with the results of the quiz, you can easily choose any of the other starting Pokemon. The narrative of the game follows the basic structure that previous entries in the series employed. You take the role of a human who is transformed into a Pokemon and must embark on a quest to uncover the mystery of your transformation. The story is generic, but the memorable characters, charming dialogue, and plot twists cover for the dull narrative structure. The gameplay in Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon revolves around the exploration of randomly generated grid-based dungeons. Within these dungeons are aggressive Pokemon, money, and items to aid you as you delve deeper. If you are familiar with the rock, paper, scissors inspired battle mechanics of the Pokemon series, then you should feel right at home in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. If not, this game will be excruciatingly difficult. Throughout the game, you and your partner are commissioned side quests from Pokemon around the globe. After you complete these tasks, you are connected with the Pokemon who requested your aid. Connection allows you to bring befriended Pokemon along when exploring, and opens up new pathways to potential friendships. Every one of the 720 Pokemon that have appeared in the Pokemon franchise are playable in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which is remarkable. Although the replayability is great, it's easy to get fatigued by the gameplay. The tasks that you are given are repetitive and stale once you conclude the game, and the amount to do is daunting. The replay value is great, but the gameplay doesn't keep the player wanting more after the conclusion of the story. The game also suffers from some strange pacing issues. The sense of progression when leveling up your monsters seems much slower in Super Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. This may be because the developers wanted to make the game more challenging, but the I'm a badass experiences that frequent the Pokemon franchise are few and far between, which is disappointing. That being said, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon is a great return to form for the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series. The deep, strategic dungeon crawling accompanied by the multitude of collectibles will keep players more than satisfied throughout the adventure. The 8-bit gives Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon an 8 out of 10.
To make a good game, you don't need to make something entirely unique to itself. However, every year there are a few games that do, going out on a limb to provide a whole new experience to gamers. I'm Matthew Trevillo, and here are your nominees for Best New Concept. One of the most flexible and creative games of the year, Super Mario Maker allows for a form of nostalgia we've never imagined. With 4 different art styles and the option for alternate skins using amiibos, players can play Mario in an infinite number of ways. Next up is Rocket League, a game that combines soccer with RC cars. We nominated this game for the concept of playing arena soccer with cars instead of players, setting the stage for some awesome tricks. Our third nominee is Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime, a game that takes 2 players on a journey through space. We nominated this for its unique multiplayer, which requires players to work together to use the ship's equipment to complete levels. Life is Strange follows the story of a high school girl with the ability to reverse time. This game uniquely uses time travel in an episodic adventure format, with different choices having a butterfly effect later on. The 8-bit's choice for Best New Concept is Rocket League. Rocket League turned the gaming world on its head after showcasing its revolutionary car soccer gameplay. Although it is a competitive game, the easy-to-play but difficult-to-master mantra the game employs makes it an experience that is accessible to everyone. Rocket League is the epitome of what an esport should be, a laid-back yet competitive environment that is fun to play no matter whether you win or lose.